Hey, good evening, good morning, good afternoon. Wherever this message may find you, it's your girl, G's Louise, back with another message. I'm really just doing like a little energy check-in. I wanted to see, like, for all those who are Ramadan, that's my word now, my new word, for those that participate in Ramadan this year. Yeah, for all those who are Ramadan, I just want to do like a little check-in to see like where you're at, how you feeling. Please leave a comment. You know, if you're having any aha moments, are you learning anything about yourself? Are you learning anything about from the nation, or about the Nation of Islam from the Quran? There's some little things that I learned that I didn't know, but my main thing is like, I feel like this whole Ramadan situation is like, you don't have to turn into an actual Muslim to be to participate or to live righteous or to be obedient to God. You know what I mean? You don't have to practice certain religions, but if you already, what I learned from the Quran and some friends of mine, that if you're living if you live righteous and you know you're practicing, not saying that no one's perfect, you know what I'm saying, like, well, none of us are perfect, so we can't like say that, nobody can say that they do everything right all the time, right? But if you're overall, for the most part, you know, trying to be good to others, trying to help others, trying to, you know, you're an honest human being, you know, you treat people good, you know, you try to do the next right thing, you know, and most of all, treating yourself good. You know what I mean? Like, you get so far treating yourself good. It's unreal, you know? But anyway, I have some friend. I have a friend, particularly. Well, I have some friends that are participating in this. I inspired some people to want to come along, and it's hilarious. I make jokes about it because some people are like Ramadan in their own special way. They're like, yeah, I'm gonna do it, but I'm gonna drink water. It's just like, okay, that's not the rules, but if that's whatever works, whatever makes you get to the next level. Maybe next year they'll be able to do it without water. You know what I'm saying? Some people don't know how to fast at all. Some people, they know what it entails, but it's like they don't believe that they can do it. So, you know, a lot of people don't even attempt. So the people that are attempting this year to do it and putting forth the effort, for me, fasting is not like the worst part of Ramadan. Like, some of my other habits are like social media, because even though I don't consider myself addicted to social media, I do utilize social media for my business for business purposes, right? So you can subliminally, like, you know, become addicted to, like, literally, if I go on, say I go on Instagram and I'm doing a couple posts, right, in relation to my business, or I'm trying to get some bookings, or I'm trying to get somebody to, you know, follow me, or do, you know, participate in some kind of challenge or whatever. If I'm doing that on social media, I could easily be like, oh, who is this? And then go look on their page, and then go see what they doing, and go see. And it's just like, I'll end up spending like 15-20 minutes doing something that's not even beneficial to what I'm trying to get done anyway. You know what I'm saying? So those things are like little small habits that I'm aware of, and I'm just trying to like contain them. I'm trying to put them in control, you know what I mean? So I don't continue these habits, because a lot of them are not good habits, like my eating habits, just day-to-day things that contribute to the better way to put it is day-to-day things that don't contribute to where I'm trying to go. You know what I mean? That take away from these things that I sometimes do without realizing, take away significantly from what it is that I'm trying to do overall in life, you know. So, and I don't know, this is just an interesting journey. I've done a lot of different challenges. I've done a lot of different fasts. I've fasted with different cultures and religions. I've never quite did it like this, you know, where you get to eat at a certain time. I've usually done fast where it's just straight through, you know, like you don't eat at all. So, you know, it's challenging for some people, and I get it. But for me, this has been interesting because I'm really, again, not only am I practicing the fasting part and the, you know, the praying, but it's like, it's other little things personal that I just wanted to nip in the bud. And I feel like if I do it consecutively or consistently throughout these 30 days, it'll be a jump start to getting rid of it altogether, hopefully. You know what I mean? But also, so I have a friend that's actually doing it as well. Because honestly, when you do these things, any kind of fasting from anything, I'm talking about anything that you're trying to control, like a habit, right? That you formed over time, your mind changes on its own. You know, even when you in a lot, I mean, it all starts with what you consume. So if you're not consuming anything but water, or if you're only consuming fruits and vegetables, and not even that, you know, maybe you're just juicing, and it all depends on, because again, everybody's doing their own Ramadan. I was cracking up. My brother told me he went down the street and he ran into a friend of ours, and she was, you know, because his office is over there, and everybody over there knows each other. But so she was in her car snacking on peanuts, and she was like, "Hey, I'm Ramadan." You know, she said, I just started Ramadan. I'm fasting. He said, mind you, she's eating peanuts while she's fasting. And I was cracking up because everybody's idea, it just tickles me, because people make up their own way of doing things, and that's the reason why we are in the situations that we are now, because we try to bend and make things to our liking. You know what I'm saying? And you can't. And that's what I was getting at. So it's a relationship. So it's a relationship at stake, and you know, women and men. I want to say this, and this came to me. That was the whole purpose of me getting on here. And plus, I want to do a little check-in. But for those that say they want to be a husband, for those that say they want to be a wife, right? I know we don't pay attention to this, but this is like highly important for us to acknowledge. If you're not a wife, if you accept anything less than what a wife deserves, you understand? Like, you're not a wife. Even if you say, well, I am a wife, but he just won't do this. It's like, you can't bend a person to do and be how you want them to be. No matter how much you try, no matter how much you talk till you blue in the face. Like, you cannot make people be other than what they are, what they're showing you in the present moment. Because whether they have potential or whatever, the potential could take you 10 years in, and you still ain't got what you are looking for out of a relationship, right? So therefore, you're saying I'm a wife or I'm a husband, but you ain't got no ring. You don't have, and matter of fact, Kevin Samuels sparked this thought in me, because and it made me really look at myself and take responsibility, because I don't know about you ladies, but we accept things, and men, you accept things that are not in alignment with what you want or what you say you are. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're a basketball player, but you smoke and you drink all day, I mean, technically, you just, you know, and you don't really do anything. Like, that's considered a bum. Like, there's actions that line up with titles. You know what I'm saying? If you want these titles. Because titles to me, me and my friends go back and forth all day about titles. And we have had conversations where I'm like, I don't need the title. I need the bond. I need to know here. I need to feel it here. You know what I'm saying? But in actuality, if I feel it here and I feel it here, and I know that we are together and we're bonded and we really have like a strong foundation and we're really like here and we got each other's back and we understand each other's lifestyles and we decide that, you know, we want to share our worlds together, right? In that case, like, it's still like a title that's put on that. So when you put the title on it, right? If the actions are not in alignment with what you say the title is, it's not it. You can say it, you can put, like when they say food is organic, right? They put the little stamp on there and shit like that. Oh, not supposed to be cousin. They put stamps on things and call it things, right? But let's face it, if it's not grown, which if you look into, I can go really deep with that, but if we look into the meaning of organic, they really didn't put too many stipulations, so anything can be organic at this point. It's just like when they changed the grades for the school, like you're a C student, but on paper you're a B student. You know what I'm saying? Because they done changed the grade scale. So it's like the standards for it being an organic produce or product, they're very low. So don't get, you know, all happy about organic. But anyway, so all I'm saying is, if your standards for being a wife doesn't require you to have a husband, a person that makes, you know, you a priority in their lives. You know what I'm saying? Like, if this person doesn't make you a priority, if this person doesn't give you a ring, if this person isn't making you happy, if the things, and not even say they're making you happy, because you're supposed to already be happy on your own, and then as they come in, you know, they're sharing their happiness with your happiness. You know what I'm saying? They're adding to what you already have going on, right? So it's like Kevin Samuels made a really good point, because a lot of us don't, a lot of people don't really like him, but he made a good point. He said, so the lady was like, oh yeah, he was like, well, have you ever been in a relationship? And she was like, yeah. He was like, how long? And she was like, 13 years. So he was like, were you married? She was like, no, never been married. He's like, do you have kids? You know his rundown. She's like, nah, she don't got no kids. But he's like, so are you considering yourself a wife? And he was like, yeah. And she was like, yeah. And then he was like, well, how? When you were with somebody for 13 years and you never got married to him, like, you're not a wife. You accepted less than. You know what I'm saying? In other words, you accepted someone to have sex with you, live with you, sleep in your bed, you cook for them, whatever these things, you know, in relationships that we do. And like he said, that's called shacking up. And for the most part, what I'm saying to you is, a man that you have to like, or a woman that you have to like, it's one-sided, you know. Like, even when the woman was talking, see, a lot of us like to point the finger, like, guess what he did, and guess he did this and he did that. But see, the part that you got to take responsibility for is that you sat there and you sat in that relationship and collected all these he dids. You sat there and collected all these she dids, and want to bash that person when you really had all the opportunities to just go. Like, you don't have to be there. After you see this is not what you're looking for, there needs to be a decision that is made. That potential is for the birds. Like, you literally will be with somebody for 10 years waiting on them to change their ways. And honestly, I don't believe in people having to change for other people. Like, if that's not how you are, then just be how you are. Be how you are, and somebody will accept you like that, however you are. I'm not into changing nobody, and I'm not into babysitting, and I'm not into, you know, making people stay where they're not wanting to be. You know, if you're uncomfortable, if you don't feel like I do it for you, then you have the door is open for you to go and be happy somewhere else. It's not like I want somebody to be happy. I'm sorry. I don't want anybody to be unhappy with me. You know, and vice versa. You won't want me to be unhappy with you. If you see that that's not working, then you would honestly want somebody to move on to get that feeling that they deserve, which is to be feeling appreciated, loved, you know, and you want to feel like wanted. You know, everybody wants to feel like, oh, this person I love them so much and they love me so much, you know, and we have this strong bond. But if you don't find that is the case, and it's not sunshines and rainbows, and it's a bunch of and combatives and fake stuff, and it's not real, like the energy's not lining up, you know, things are just seeming like very off key, and you're in your head a lot, or you're just not feeling like this is a right fit, you know, you have the option to rid yourself of that situation and then get yourself prepared for whatever it is that you say that you want, and to get in alignment with what you say you want. Because to be completely honest, it is such a waste of time sitting there pretending that this is what you're looking for. You know, it's very draining, actually. So, you know, be true to yourself, because that's the biggest thing. Like, I say this in a lot of my videos, because being true to yourself is the key. Like, yourself knows what agrees with it or not. It's like, if it doesn't feel good to you, it's not good for you. It's just not. And it's okay. It's not like the end of the world. People really put too much emphasis on these relationships, man. Like, and trying to make something fit that don't fit. It's like, it really don't fit. Even if you step back and look at it, you know, and even especially when a dude is cheating, or a woman is cheating on you, or treating you any kind of way, it's like, bro, she's already disrespecting you. It's like, this is a no-go. You know what I'm saying? But then you be like, wow, you get caught up in the whole tug of war thing, and like, you don't want nobody else to have them. And then it's like, when you really sit back and look at it, are you happy? Is this making you happy? Like, and if not, then you have to step back. You have to. Because it's not fair to you, and it's not fair to the other person. You know, you're sitting there saying that you're a wife, but you're accepting less than what a wife is supposed to get. If this man is living with you and he's not contributing to your life in a positive way, either financially, emotionally, spiritually, physically, like, if there's no kind of contribution that's really good for you, it's like, you're not in alignment with what you're saying that you want. You got to shut that down, because being a wives and queens and husbands and kings, like, they don't accept things less than what they deserve, you know. And I never got taught that. So I learned it the hard way, and it really hurt me. But actually, you know, I've gained a great bit of understanding, and I've actually been able to let my daughter see, and she's actually making those types of decisions as well. Like, and it's crazy, like, how we're changing, like, the old system. Because, like, my family, like, you know, the women before me, they didn't value themselves, especially on my other side, on my mom's side. Like, they didn't value themselves enough to know what they're worthy of. You know, they allowed mistreatment. They allowed people to treat them any kind of way for years and years and years. And it's toxic. You know, and then you be like, I don't like this. Like, if you really sit there and just look at yourself and be honest with yourself and be like, do you like this? No, I don't like this. I don't like this. And then you be like, all right, we out. Like, that, it don't be that easy. But when you do those hard things, and I finally get with Les Brown, because life is supposed to be easy when you get in the flow, right? But there are hard things that you must do to get into the flow. And I could never understand that when Les Brown said, but there are hard things. He said, you must do what is hard today to experience the life that most people will never experience. He didn't say those exact words, but it's pretty much what he says. And it's like, I will be like, but life is supposed to be easy. But I will go back and forth because I'm spiritual, and then I'm free spirited and all that. But at the end of the day, I know how to ground it all. And I'm telling you, you must do the hard things. Like this Ramadan is hard, breaking old habits, breaking generational curses, things that you've seen people before you in your circle, in your life. All of that is based on rooted issues that you've seen in your own, like in your upbringing. Like you see this and you think it's cool. No, break that cycle. Break that cycle in your own life, in you. And that alone is breaking a generational curse. That alone is taking a stand for yourself. That alone is making a change in your life, and it's going to be for the better, because ain't nothing bad gonna come from it. It's all good stuff. So, get on the good foot. Get on the money train. Anyway, till next time, I wish you peace, health, wealth, and the time to enjoy them all. Love y'all.